Hey, welcome to the Cohn phone. I'm Grant Cohn. Going to be taking your calls for the next couple hours. Before I start, I want to make sure that my audio is correct because I always mess it up. So hold on. Okay, we're back. Going to take your calls for the next couple hours. The link is in the chat. It's also in the description, but I have like 3 things I want to talk about first, and then we'll get to what you guys want to talk about. The title of the show is 49ers who have the most to prove in 2022. I'm going to start with, I got 3. I mean, obviously Trey Lance is the big one, but I'm not going to talk about him today. I want to talk about 3 guys we don't really talk about that much, starting with Deommodore Lenoir. Remember that guy? Remember Deommodore Lenoir? He was one of the biggest stories of training camp. Everyone said this guy, this 5th-round pick cornerback, was a potential lockdown corner, that he was really impressing the locker room, the most impressive rookie I think he was in training camp. And then when Jason Verrett went down week 1, Deommodore Lenoir was first off the bench to replace him, started a couple of games, blew 1 assignment against the Packers at the end of the game, week, what was that, 4? 3? 3. Bench, didn't really play much after that. The Niners lost confidence in Deommodore Lenoir like this. So what's his outlook for this year? I don't know that the Niners really see him as a cornerback. I think he's going to have to move positions because he's not particularly gifted enough. I mean, he's smaller than Ambry Thomas. He's slower than Ambry Thomas. He's not particularly good at corner. I don't know. He's, I guess, a backup corner in the NFL. I think with him, I don't know why they didn't do this right off the bat. Maybe they felt they didn't want to change his position as a rookie. They wanted to bring him in and let him play his regular position outside corner. But I think they have to move him to nickel. I would think that he has another chance this year to impress as a nickelback. They'll give him the entire offseason probably to move inside, play the slot. Because, I mean, physically he compares pretty well to K'Wan Williams in terms of like how he moves, running, changing direction. I think he's probably taller than K'Wan, probably faster than K'Wan. Now, can he tackle like K'Wan? Is he as good against the run? I don't know. But I think like Deommodore is probably done at corner. He should be. I think the Niners give him another chance at nickel this year, and if he doesn't impress, he may not be an NFL cornerback. So I think this is a huge year for Deommodore Lenoir, a lot on the line for him, probably at a new position. Ambry Thomas really took the play away from him. I don't really know why the Niners were so excited about Deommodore Lenoir in the first place. I mean, he's not that athletically gifted. All you got to do is watch his college tape against Brandon Ayuk. He made Brandon Ayuk look like Jerry Rice. I mean, he's one of the main reasons that Brandon Ayuk was a first-round pick. Deommodore Lenoir. Man, Brandon Ayuk owned that man in college. All right, moving on. 2 more guys. What's up, Korean Niner? How you doing? You're first. Okay. Jaylen Moore. Remember this guy. In training camp, Aaron Banks was in and out. He wasn't getting good reviews, but everyone was focused. Like, don't worry about Aaron Banks, the 2nd-round pick, because Jaylen Moore, was he a 5th-round pick? He's impressive. The Niners drafted him to play guard, but then Justin School went down in minicamp or OTAs, and they had to play Jaylen Moore at tackle. He was at right tackle. He was at left tackle. He was getting all these great reviews. Trent Williams was talking highly of him. And then Mike McGlinchey got hurt. Remember, week 8 was it? He went down. And who replaced Mike McGlinchey first? First man off the bench, Jaylen Moore. The Niners were hopeful. They liked what they saw in practice. They liked what they saw in training camp, preseason. They thought Jaylen Moore was going to be the heir apparent at right tackle, and he failed miserably. They gave him, what, a game and a half? I mean, he didn't last long. And then they benched him, maybe a half, a couple of quarters, a few quarters. They benched him real fast, which was the right call. He was terrible, and went to Tom Compton, who saved their season by not being awful. They won a lot of games with Tom Compton. I don't think they would have won on that winning streak with Jaylen Moore at tackle. And what was interesting with week 18, when they needed a replacement for Trent Williams, they didn't go to Jaylen Moore. They went to Colton freaking McKivitz, who I thought was a guard in the past. So it seems like the Niners are pretty set at tackle. They have McGlinchey, who they're committed to, Trent Williams, who they're committed to. Tom Compton, who they like and keep bringing back, and Colton Kivitz. So it seems to me that Jaylen Moore probably doesn't have a future at tackle. I don't think the Niners like what they saw from him at tackle. I don't think they drafted him to be a tackle. I think he's probably going to be in the running to start at guard next year. I don't think anyone's going to be competing with Brunskill. Brunskill started a lot of games at guard. He's not a good starting guard, but he's certainly serviceable, and you can. He's not going to be the reason you lose many games. Brunskill. So I think he's probably entrenched at right guard. The question is left guard, and a lot of people say, well, the Niners are going to bring back Laken Tomlinson. It's going to be really expensive. If they don't, I don't think they're just going to hand the position to Aaron Banks. It could be a competition between Banks and Moore at left guard, and Moore could win that competition. I don't know. It seems like the Niners coaching staff is higher on Moore than Banks, that Moore has shown more in practice. Maybe they should give Banks a chance in a real game. I don't know, but look for Moore to maybe be the starting left guard this year. Could happen. One more guy I want to talk about. Elijah Mitchell. This guy is very interesting. He had a monster year. Raheem Mostert went down on his second carry, and then Elijah Mitchell comes in and immediately rips off like a 40-yard touchdown run. And boom, he's the starting running back. But if you remember, he was not even in the top 2 in training camp or preseason. The top 2 in pecking order all offseason was Raheem Mostert 1, Trey Sermon 2, all offseason. Why did that change? Well, Trey Sermon wasn't extremely impressive, but also Kyle didn't know which direction he wanted to go at quarterback and which direction he wanted to do with the offense. Whether he wanted to go 11-on-11 football with Trey Lance or 10-on-11 with Jimmy. He settled on 10-on-11, and with Jimmy, they do a lot of under center running. Jimmy under center, him pitching the ball because Jimmy's not a threat to run, and putting the quarterback in the shotgun really takes advantage of a mobile quarterback's leg because then you can run the zone read and stuff like that. Anyway, they ran the ball under center a lot with Jimmy Garoppolo. And Elijah Mitchell, this year, when the Niners were under center, he got 156 carries, averaged 5 yards a carry. That's great. When the Niners were in shotgun, when he was in shotgun, he got 51 carries, averaged 3.6 yards per carry. So to me, I think his usage is going to come down because with Trey Lance at quarterback, Lance is going to be in the shotgun more than Jimmy Garoppolo. They're still going to have the under center stuff because that's their best play action plays, and Trey Lance can do that stuff. But you're going to want to remember how they used Trey Lance against the Raiders in the last preseason game when the Niners were considering starting him week 1, but then he injured his finger at the end because he was playing behind like the third string offensive line. Yeah, think about a lot of that. Him being a running threat or a fake from the gun, on lots of plays. They're going to be more of that, and that just doesn't suit Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is you toss it left, toss it right, toss it left, toss. That's what he does, and he'll be really good at that. So I think what's nice is instead of him getting 18, 19, 20 carries a game, maybe it'll be 12. And maybe instead of him playing 11 games and getting hurt every 3 weeks, he'll make it through the whole season. So what's interesting here, I think Mitchell's going to have less of a role in the offense. He'll probably still be the starting running back. But what's interesting here is who's the best running back on the team from the shotgun? Who's going to be this guy who pairs up with Trey Lance in the shotgun, right? Because that's going to be deadly, whoever it is. And it's not Mitchell. Is it Sermon? They wanted it to be Sermon. I think they envisioned it being Sermon when they drafted him, but Sermon was he averaged 4.1 yards per carry from the shotgun, 4.1 from under center. Nothing special either way. The guy who is the threat for the Niners from the gun, I think you know who it is. It's Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel averaged 7.4 yards per carry from the shotgun when the Niners were in the shotgun this year. 4.2 when they were under center. That's a hell of a split. 7.4 from the gun with Jimmy at quarterback. Do you understand? First, they're going to have to keep using Deebo at a running back. Sorry. They're going to have to keep doing this. And they're probably going to even do it more next year. And the idea of Deebo and Trey Lance in the gun together, running those plays that Jimmy was running with just the added threat of Trey maybe keeping the ball. Do you understand how dirty that play is going to be next year? The Trey Lance, Deebo Samuel combination, the backfield running the ball. If Deebo Samuel averaged 7.4 yards per carry this year from the gun with Jimmy, he could average 8 yards a carry, 9 yards a carry, 10 yards a carry. It's going to be crazy. People don't talk about how the run game is going to totally transform with Trey Lance. Everyone's focused on whether he's ready as a passer. Forget passing, man. This is a running team, and Elijah Mitchell's going to get phased out a little bit. I think Deebo Samuel's going to run the ball even more, and him and Trey Lance in the backfield is going to be murder on defenses. All right, let's take calls. Yo, how you doing?
Good, Grant. How you doing?
Hanging in there. I'm doing all right.
Sorry to hear about your mom passing last
Thank you.
weekend, and hopefully you and your family doing better.
Appreciate it.
So, I don't have a player that I want to see. I want to see Kyle prove it next year because
I like it. I like it. Yep.
He's going to have his quarterback.
Yep.
And Trey, unless something happens out of the blue that we're not aware of. But I want to see him not have the pressure of big games get to him and make those calls where you're kind of tensing up and squeezing your backside.
That's a fair point, because let's say this offense is as explosive as maybe I envision, or the most optimistic Trey Lance supporters envision. Well, Kyle had that offense, right? 2016, he had the MVP of the league. He had the number one offense. It all came together in 2016 in Atlanta, and he still found a way to blow a 25-point lead in the second half. So I'm with you. It kind of doesn't matter how good the quarterback. He can have the MVP of the league. It's still going to come down to Kyle at the very end, at the finish line. Will he trip?
Yeah. So that's my first. And a player I want to see.
Call.
And a player I want to see it proven next year is Brandon Ayuk with Trey. Yep. Hopefully they'll be able to take more deep shots and expand the offense more with Trey and the bigger arm compared to what Jimmy offered.
I agree, because I really think that this Deebo at running back thing is not a fad. It's not going away. You might think, oh, it's not good, they got to stop it, because they're going to keep doing it, I think. And especially now that you have Trey Lance in there, who's going to run the ball a lot. That whole zone read thing between those two is going to be a big element. And so someone else going to have to pick up the slack with targets. It's going to be Jennings and Ayuk big time. Ayuk's going to get some targets down the field. And what's happened is he's not the fastest guy. He's not like a 4-3 guy, but Lance can buy time behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to give Ayuk time to uncover. And he's really tough on those second and third moves. He's tough on the scramble drill. Trevon Diggs could not cover that man in the wild card round. I think it's going to be interesting to have a quarterback who extends plays, how that fits with Ayuk.
Yeah. So, I don't see Laken Tomlinson re-signing with the team because the 49ers don't have the cap space. I see him going to one of our friends in Miami or the Jets or Cincinnati that need to protect their young quarterbacks. So what do you see as the possible dominoes falling from that, if that happens?
Say it again. Sorry, I was looking at Jason Aponte. He says hi. Hey, Jason. Let's do a show next week, man. I miss you. Jason. Sorry, ask me again.
If Laken does not resign because of cap space, because 2 years ago, Roger Saffold got $10 million a year to go to Tennessee as a guard, and they want the salaries of the interior linemen to go up.
Yep.
Do you actually see a possible domino of Alex Mack retiring? Because I thought Alex Mack may have said something to that effect in his exit interview, that if they don't re-sign Laken, he may go on and say, hey, I've had a great career. I'm going to go.
I don't remember him saying that. I'll have to go back and listen to that again. I remember him saying that. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't know. And if he does retire, they might do it like they did with Joe Staley a couple of years ago, where they don't say it, and that way no one knows they have a draft need. And then all of a sudden you just see them draft a center in round 2, and you're like, oh, I guess Alex Mack's retiring tomorrow, and then he retires tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe that could happen.
Yeah, so that's the thing I wanted to just talk to you about, Grant.
Maybe they move Brunskill to center. Maybe they move Brunskill to center and then have Moore at one tackle at guard and Banks at another. That'd be risky, though.
That would be risky. So, all right. Thank you, Grant.
Good to see you.
Again.
Thanks. Thanks, Jason, man. I miss you. All right, Joey, you ready? All right, Joey. Oh, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Where you come from?
Backseat QC and GM Grant Cohn. We're talking one and only.
What's poppin', man? What's going on?
Hey, yo, I was just hearing you talk about Brunskill at center. Thing about having him at center, though, is that he got to learn how to snap good. If he snapping the ball over Trey's head, then or like
I didn't
low.
think
at
I don't
his
even like I didn't like Alex Mack snaps that much. I always felt that Jimmy was catching them with his like left hand way off to the side. I don't know.
feet. Yeah.
Winston Richburg had bad snaps too. I'm a snap aficionado though. I don't settle for anything less than the best.
Less than the best. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you a couple questions though. You talk about like your favorite year and stuff covering the Niners. Do you have like a favorite moment?
Favorite moment?
Like something that happened. You're like, oh my goodness, this is great for me.
Man, I don't want to say something. I don't know. I don't know. Man, a moment that was great. Let me think about it. That's a tough one, man. Because I really can enjoy some painful moments for the Niners. I don't want to go out and be like, oh, when they lost the Super Bowl, that was great, or when they lost the NFC Championship, that was my favorite. I don't say that, but like sometimes you gotta be able to perform in the face of adversity. And Next question.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, you know how we like everybody's saying that we got to go after like safety and all this stuff.
Yes.
I was thinking like, you know how like Troy Warner was like touted to be like the more talented brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's a safety, and he's an undrafted free agent on like the Rams practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like we could get him on the practice squad, and that would be a definitely a morale boost for Fred. What do you think about that?
Sure, why not? Bring him from over here to this practice squad. I say why not? I like it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's his brother. Yeah. All I know if my brother was on the same team as me, maybe
the reason Fred had a down season is he was mad that the Niners didn't have his brother on their practice. Maybe.
Yeah,
see, they don't talk about that. They don't want to.
He's like, I gave up my future to you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys just skip on my brother in all 7 rounds.
Yeah, I can't believe that. He's probably still upset, probably. So I'll have to talk to the Niners about that and be like, come on, man. Troy Warner? Cost you what? 60,000? 60K?
Not even.
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for calling. I gotta take some more calls, but you did a great one, man.
All right.
Joey.
Thanks, man. Later, bro. Have a good day.
You too. Hold on, let me get this banner off the screen. All right, Jacob. Jacob, you're up. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
What's up, man? What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, same.
Hey, so, man, when I tell you I cannot wait. I seen those practice. And what you said about what if it leaked, like,
oh my God,
during, like, after the Tennessee game, that would have been some controversy right there. But all I gotta say about those clips, and it just proves our points. And also, I feel like what you said, the shotgun with Debo.
Oh, it's gonna be dirty. They're too focused on Trey passing the ball.
Yeah, I feel like you got to focus on the run game, because what do the Niners do first? We run the ball, and it's 11-on-11 football. Oof, it's gonna be.
Who's their most dangerous ball carrier? Debo
Samuel.
Where's he most dangerous from? The shotgun. Who's going to make that even more dangerous? Trey. I mean, damn. Which mobile quarterback has a running mate in the backfield better than Debo? Like, it's going to be crazy.
I can't think of one, honestly.
No, like Kyler Murray has James Conner. Like, I want you to hand the ball to James Conner.
Yep.
This is dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And also with Elijah Mitchell, I feel like, I mean, a part of me does want to bring Mostert back as some sort of depth, like, 12 carries a game or 7 carries a game. Debo takes not as many, probably 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then Mitchell takes like 14, 13.
Yeah.
And Trey takes about 6. I mean, you really could spread the ball around, and I feel like Kyle doesn't need to focus on that. And plus, getting Sermon in there more. I mean, kid hasn't even got a chance. You have to give Sermon a shot next year, especially over Hasty. I'm not really big on Hasty, but I definitely want to see Sermon next year.
I agree. I think Sermon's a key player here, because I just don't know what you're going to get from Mostert. He hasn't been healthy since the Super Bowl, it seems like.
Yeah. And I love him too, but I mean, if he can't stay healthy, I mean,
right. And I think the offense is going to change a little bit schematically. It's going to be
absolutely
more. It's going to be the same, but it's going to be more focused on what Trey does well, and that just means more shotgun running, more running between the tackles for the running backs.
Absolutely.
And I think like that's going to suit Sermon. That's what he did in college. That's why they drafted him. He played with Justin Fields and Kyler Murray in the zone read. So that's how he's going to factor into this. I think they need him to perform unless they're going to really rely on Debo to get 10, 12 carries a game.
Yeah, and they also, I feel like they definitely got to lean on the deep passes to Ayuk. Also, even Debo, I feel like Ayuk is definitely going to have a big year. I'm definitely going to draft him in fantasy for sure. But no, Ayuk's definitely going to have a big year, in my opinion.
Another guy I think could have some targets if they don't draft a deep threat is Sherfield. Because, again, if you go back and read all the training camp reports.
Yeah, Sherfield was going
a big day playing, which Lance likes to throw to Sherfield because
absolutely
he's in the part of the field where he wants to hit, and he's got really good hands. Yeah.
And Trey loves to take risks, and all the risks will be taken next year because and what people don't get is Trey wants to pass first. He doesn't. It's not that he doesn't like to run, but he's definitely looking to pass. And I feel like people.
That's his mentality, right? Yes.
Of course. Yeah. And I already know he's my quarterback because I watched the interview on Trey Lance, and he said he puts ranch on his pizza. So that's my quarterback. It was a done deal after that. That's my quarterback. I don't care.
I remember the first time I saw that, I was in college in the dorms, and I was hanging out with this girl I went to high school with, and she just casually started dipping her
ranch on
pizza. I was like, "What are you doing?"
It's so good.
She's like, "You've never seen this before?" And she judged me. We were judging each other at the same time.
Yeah,
and now I realize
exactly.
like most people do it. So,
God love people in comments are mad right now because I know some people don't like ranch on pizza.
I went out for pizza with my friends last night. We had this exact discussion. Someone was like, "You guys want ranch?" And everyone was like, "Yes." I was like, "Really?
Ranch?
Really? Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Good call.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Peace. Sean says, trade Armstead for a 2021 first rounder and trade Jimmy for a 2022 second rounder. Yeah, I'm with that. You said first rounder for a quarterback, Sauce Gardner. Yes, and give DJ Jones more snaps. I like it. I like it very much. The guy's name is Sauce. That's enough for me. But yeah, if you get a first rounder for Armstead, I would take that. Second rounder for Jimmy, I would take that. George, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Grant?
Hey, what's up, George?
He's all Grant.
What's up?
Hey, sorry to hear about your mom, man.
Thank you.
We got you in your prayers, dude.
Thank you.
Well, first off, I wanted to say the whole thing with Jimmy Garoppolo playing throughout the whole year. I think it was good because we could play Trey, but I think it was more Kyle showing that the team that this is your quarterback, and I'm gonna keep him going, and he's gonna fail, And what you did, I was like, dude, it was horrible, man. The whole family was just like yelling at the TV and everything. But I'm just like really happy that that's over with, and moving on to Trey. I was like,
To me, the whole Jimmy thing, I feel like Kyle was kind of afraid to make the decision. He just kind of wanted it to play out naturally, like to just either Jimmy to just give the job away or Trey to take it. And like he needed to make a decision at a certain point. And he keeps being like, well, we considered starting in week 1, but then he got hurt. And we were going to start him after the bye, but he was hurt. It's like, man, Jimmy was hurt at the end of the year. Trey was healthy. You could have made a decision, but you were like, oh, Jimmy had taken us this far. No, you had taken Jimmy this far.
Yeah.
Make a decision.
Definitely. Yeah, and then after seeing everything with the clips that were like put out of Trey in practice, I was like, dude, that's amazing, man. And you're right. Like you were talking about it the beginning before the season started when you're at training camp. You're like, dude, this dude's amazing.
This dude's really fun to watch. And then people are like, no, Jimmy's fun to watch. Like you don't see clips of Jimmy doing that ever. Ever. I'm sorry, you watch a lot of Jimmy, you can appreciate his game, but there's never a moment in his life where he does something you're like, oh my God, what an athlete. No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, like even in the NFC game when he threw that ball to Ayuk, I was like, really? Like that's crazy. Like we never see him do that.
Oh, the one, that was a nice throw.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely, man. I was like, I'm just ready just to move on from that dude, and I don't know.
Scary that they haven't traded him yet, right? Just a little.
Yeah. But I was also gonna say too, because I know you probably got a lot of callers, the whole cornerback situation. So I know you guys been talking about like Stephon Gilmore and like picking him up. I heard a lot of people say like he's like washed up. or whatever because he's like older and maybe picking him up on a 2-year deal or 1-year deal. But do you think he's wanting to like maybe cut a deal? Maybe like just a 1 year, or you think he's just like hold on, let me rephrase that. So do you think he wants to get paid, or do you think he's in it just to do a 1 year to try to win a Super Bowl with us?
I have no idea. I don't know Stephon Gilmore. Some people feel like, they want to get the most money they can. He's probably feeling like he only has a few years left. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, this would be the place to come. The Niners could use him. He could cover the slot. I don't know what he wants, though. If he wants a 1-year deal, this would probably be a good spot for him. But the Niners usually don't make big moves at cornerback, though. He'd probably be too expensive for him. It's a shame.
Well, and one more dude, probably DJ Reed. We used to have him. He's with the Seahawks.
Good player. Good player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a lot like Emmanuel Mosley. I think you can bring him in, but I think the Niners really do like Ambry Thomas for better or worse.
Yeah, because on that post that he has on Instagram, where he has you in the beginning of it, I posted like, man, I hope the Niners pick you back up, and he gave me a like, and I was like, dude, because he's from my town, so I heck to follow him.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's pretty solid. I'm surprised they let him go, but
hey man, I got to take this call real quick. I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right, let's talk. Let's get some more people in here. Ben, what's up?
Hey Grant, how you doing, man? I wanted to say, sorry, I got caught off guard there. No, I wanted to say I've been thinking about you, man, and I know everyone in the community has, and I just hope, I know nothing anyone can say is going to make you feel better, but I hope you feel that support from everybody because I know everyone is definitely behind you, man.
I have. It's been really, really surprising and nice. Thank you.
Well, it's good. Hey, it's because you're a great guy, man, and really I talked to Crocker about this recently, Aponte recently. Like, you're the man, and you just give everybody an opportunity. And shout out to you, and I'm happy to see you again, man, because it's been a while.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But first thing I did want to talk about was with Trey, right? One of the big things to me with people always talk about with mobile quarterbacks, especially when you think about in the division, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. These guys, even though they're mobile, they can move around. They get sacked at a really high rate. And I think that's one thing people don't really put together with these mobile guys is the skill is about evading the pressure and being able to avoid the sack all the time. And if you look by the numbers, Trey is actually as good as anyone in the league at it. In fact, I think, like I was just looking this up, Josh Allen is the league leader in pressure to sack percentage, and Trey Lance is just next behind him. So even when Trey gets the pressure, he's going to be able to avoid it at a rate that other guys just aren't. And like you said,
there's that Josh Allen comparison, right?
There's that Josh Allen comparison, right? Yeah.
That's nice, legit.
It really is. And look, they're different players, but I think the thing with Trey versus like a Russell Wilson is that Trey's like pressure to sack percentage is around 10%. Jimmy, for example, is at 20%. Russell Wilson is at like 22%. So when you look at these mobile quarterbacks, you have to understand is like for a guy like Trey, he, like you said earlier, he's not looking to run. That's not his first instinct. If anything, he needs to rely on his running more and be more decisive and quick with when he decides to run. If anything, he's too conservative with it. So
he needs to pick his spots better, and Kyle needs to figure out how to use him better. Because the thing about Josh Allen, I really think Trey Lance is a better runner than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen led the freaking NFL in yards per attempt this year. I mean, he actually averaged more yards per attempt than Debo. So Josh Allen knows exactly how to use his legs, and the Bills have a good feel for it too. The Niners have to look at how he's being used because Trey can do that and some.
Oh, absolutely.
I love how you're pinpointing this escaping pressure thing. That is one of my favorite things about his game.
Oh, absolutely. And like just versus Jimmy, it felt like so many times he just gets cement feet, right? And I think like people talk about pre-post HCL Jimmy, the biggest difference to me is the pocket mobility and the ability to evade pressure and keep the play moving, right? So with Trey Lance, that's what I'm most excited about. I think it's what Kyle's got to be most excited about, right? Because you go back to that Texans game And I always think back to that drive where Trey starts back in the back of the end zone.
Yes.
He gets the all slants and he misses it, but he still makes the play anyways to Ayuk on the boundary because that's what Trey does. And I think ultimately that's going to be the difference between Jimmy and Trey, at least at first. That's going to be the biggest one.
His bad plays can still be positive plays.
Exactly. Versus
Jimmy's bad plays can be catastrophic.
Like Grant, I actually compared it to, when you see like in the NBA, one of these 3-point shooters like a J.R. Smith or someone like that take a 3-pointer and you go, no, yes, and then they finally make it. Feels like with Jimmy, it's always when he's rolling out of the pocket, it's like no.
Yeah, you just threw it to the Packers guy. I'm with you.
Versus Trey, it's just such a big difference. So I think this offense.
You know what? I keep going back to the fact that the Niners lost to the Bills in 2020, got eviscerated, and it was Josh Allen looked like John Elway in that he couldn't freaking miss. He looked like the greatest quarterback of all time, right in front of Kyle Shanahan, and I could see Kyle being like, you know what, I need someone kind of like that. That's what I need.
And Grant, if you look at this year, Josh Allen didn't have a run game, basically, right? The Bills' run game was Josh Allen, and then it was whatever else we can do beyond that. So I think the reason so many people are very optimistic and like we should be with Lance is because he's set up for such a great opportunity. And Grant, I've been thinking about this since the Super Bowl, and I'll get off on this little thing is when you look at a guy like Matthew Stafford, and you think about whether or not quarterbacks have the ability to win the Super Bowl, how far they can take you. I think what you really need more than anything is a guy who can get hot for a 3 or 4 game stretch, right? Mm-hmm. Jimmy Garoppolo, for all the things that he does do well, he just cannot put together that 3-4 game stretch that the 49ers needed him to. And that's the honest truth of it. And I think that's what makes the difference between the Jimmy Garoppolos of the world and the Joe Flacco's or the Eli Mannings or Matthew Stafford, right? I think in the NFL today, people are going to kind of misconstrue this Matthew Stafford thing a little bit. Like, hey, if we just upgrade our quarterback, we have a Jared Goff or that kind of level guy. We just need to upgrade him. No. What you need like a top 10, 12 guy who can get hot given the right circumstances. And I think that's what you saw with Matthew Stafford. And look, with Trey Lance, I'm not saying he can do that because that's a lot to put on him, but he has all the talent in the world and everything afforded to him in terms of the offense that he's going to be playing. And so, I think people are getting a little excited about Trey, obviously. And I think we should temper expectations a little, but at the same time, we should have very high expectations for this team and the offense next year.
I think so too. What's interesting, I'm looking at Josh Allen's stats in his second season starting. He was 23. He completed 58.8% of his passes through 20 touchdowns, 9 picks. Quarterback rating was 85. Not a great year, but also didn't have the nearly the supporting cast that Trey Lance is going to have next year. Trey Lance really, it's almost like training wheels, man. It's not going to be nearly hard as what Justin Fields is going through or Trevor Lawrence.
No, and you mentioned it so many times. All they need to do is put him in the Jimmy offense and then extend off of it, right? All they need to do is what they've already been doing and then just expand it a little further. And
you just take a couple shots early in the game, you back off the defense, and you can run the same exact offense you ran with Jimmy. You can just pitch left, pitch right all day. Yeah.
And I think the thing with Kyle, where he's been getting so good these past few years is, I think about positionless basketball. It's kind of what Kyle's starting to master with his offense, where he takes Juszczyk, Trent Williams, Kittle, Debo. I mean, all these guys can do all these different things. So when you add Trey, you have that element. Like, I think Korean 49ers said it best. If anyone we should be questioning them going into next year and we need to see more, it's Kyle. Because now I think, man, everything is set up for him. And like you've obviously been a certain level of harsh on him, but like realistically, he has his quarterback now. He has the offense he needs. I don't know what more he can ask for.
Seal the deal like Sean McVay did. Seal the deal. You've gotten to the finish line 3 times, please. 2.5 times. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for calling in. That was a great call, man.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you too. And I'll talk to you again soon, man.
We shall. All right. See ya. I just need to text my dad real quick. Bear with me. I'm sorry. It's that kind of a week. Let me just text my dad real quick. Hey, Dad. Streaming now. Pick you up when I'm done. Boom. I'm a good son. Me. Kev says, Kyle, hot seat. Same results as Harbaugh. I don't know. I think it's good to have a little heat on the seat. I think coaches do better when there's a little heat on that seat. Jason, change your eye kind of looks like a Hallmark Christmas card. Do you think Mostert comes back? I think he probably does come back. I don't think there's going to be a lot of competition for his services. I don't think he wants to leave. I think he'll probably take a pretty cheap deal. I just don't know if he's going to be able to be healthy, even if he does come back. Maybe Trey won't be as good as Jim and throw it in the middle of the field every time. You know, the D is like, no way, Jim throws here again. Yep, he did. No idiot would throw here again. Blessed Grant. Thank you. Yeah, Jimmy, he's predictable in a sense. Michael, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Grant?
Yo, hold on. What's going on, man?
Yo, my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
It's
I appreciate
a tough time for you. I could see
It is.
that.
Thank
Well, anyway, the player that has the most to prove this year has to be George Kittle.
you. Ooh, let's
He's been-
talk about it.
He's been injured for 2 years now.
2 years. Ever since he inked that deal, been hurt.
Yeah,
Which was the fear, right? It's like, oh man, is his body going to be able to hold up? No, not yet. Not so far.
nah, but
Not so far.
he needs to at least have 8 touchdowns, 900 yards, something
We're
like
paying
that.
him like $1 million a game now. He needs to make that kind of impact, and he can when he's healthy. He can, but he hasn't been healthy for like 2 years.
Maybe Trey Lance will like. I know he doesn't like to throw the ball to like, the tight ends and stuff,
Right.
but maybe if they could get George Kittle to go deep, maybe Trey Lance will like hit him.
I think he likes throwing to tight ends. I just think he might be a little skittish throwing over the middle because when he misses high and gets picked, and you can't throw too many picks in the NFL and keep your job. But I think there's lots of ways you can get the ball to Kittle that suit Lance. Get him out, running towards the sideline, running down the field. He's fast. I think Lance can actually should be able to get the ball to Kittle and actually maybe make Kittle's job a little easier so he doesn't have to break as many tackles.
Yeah, that's usually how he gets injured. But
Right.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Although it's real quick though, his last 2 injuries have been non-contact. Running in Seattle last year, and then the calf injury week 1, both non-contact. That's not good.
Let's go back to last year. Jimmy Garoppolo threw so many hospital balls to George Kittle, and that's what got him injured.
Week 1.
And maybe now Trey won't throw as many of those. So
Yeah, hopefully.
maybe
For George's sake. What are you expecting? Hold on. So you say he has the most to prove. Are you expecting a bounce back season, or do you think this is a trend?
I don't know what I'm expecting. I just want something good.
Yeah.
Some money that maybe if he doesn't perform, we might have to trade him next year.
It seems like he's trying to adjust his body to fix this issue. Like he came in lighter this year to sort of probably prevent the lower body injuries, and then boom, week 1 calf. So he may not have the answer to this one. This may be, what's happening to his body at this age. I don't know. I'm actually, I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm a little down on Kittle. I don't know why we should expect he's going to be healthy this year. I mean, he got hurt week 1, just like Verrett, now he was tough and made it through the whole season, but it clearly affected him the whole way.
But
Yeah.
maybe the 49ers should also draft like a late round tight end and see if George Kittle could maybe mentor him.
Maybe, yeah, because they don't have their tight end coach anymore. They got some new guy who played quarterback in college. I'm a jerk. The Niners are a good organization. Why do I take these shots at? I'm sorry, Michael. What else on your mind?
Not much.
Not much. I like the lighting you got going on in your room. Very meditative.
Well,
a little somber, a little melancholy.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo will go to the Carolina Panthers. I
Okay.
know they made a dumb move to get Sam Darnold, but
So they can make another dumb move. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, it's not like they're all of a sudden going to get smart.
I don't feel like we're going to get a first for Jimmy. I feel like we're going to get like a late second or early third for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And Carolina might have that early third.
Honestly, I'll just take anything for Jimmy Garoppolo just to get him out of here. Like, he's like...
I'm going to tell him you said that, man. He's going to his whole fan base is going to come find you. They don't take kindly to people talking like that about him, man. He's got 45-year-old guys on his team that will find you and just tell you on Twitter how wrong you are. It's true. You better watch out.
Yeah, I know.
Just kidding, Michael.
I've gotten a
Delete
lot
it.
of hate for posting some bad Jimmy content.
Michael, thanks for calling in, man. That was a good call.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Bye,
See ya.
Greg.
I'm gonna wait and see we keep who we keep before I have any real expectations. That's fair. Thank you. Appreciate you, El Jefe. Yeah, it's probably best to see who's on the team before you predict how many games you're gonna win. Thanks for all you do. Niners daddy. Prayers to you and your family through this time. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Donald Johnson says, great show. I think we're missing the point. We should question the people who allowed Jimmy to start all season. This team is historically injury prone. Who say everyone will be healthy? True. I agree. Someone earlier said it's all about Kyle. I think that's probably true. Maybe the Niners figured out how to. They did make a lot of changes to their off-season scheduling. Maybe the injury thing won't be an issue anymore. So many of their injuries happen in practice. I think they've kind of gotten a hold on that for now. Coach.
Yo,
what's going on?
hey, sending love, boy. Sending love.
Thank you, man.
I know it can get melancholy with everybody like, sorry for your loss. It's like at some point you want to just get back to regular life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's that weird feeling like I want to get back to regular life, but I can't yet. You know what I mean? So it makes I'm just like stuck. We have the services tomorrow. I think that'll be important.
Yeah, that'll give you some good closure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but hey, man, it ain't easy, man. My heart goes out to you.
Thanks.
So let's get to it, boy. Number one, I'm worried about Elijah Mitchell.
Yep.
He might have Brandon Ayuk syndrome.
Ooh.
If you remember, Brandon Ayuk, he showed so much promise his rookie year.
Yeah.
But
everyone just assumed you're going to take the next step, right? You're going to come back.
Exactly.
More professional. Yeah.
You're way ahead of me. Me. And everybody just naturally assumed that he was going to take the next step. And what we ended up finding out is that he kind of skipped the line in, for better or for worse, the natural rookie progression that Kyle likes to put people through because of COVID. Right. And he had a setback.
Yeah.
Also, Kyle, if you notice this, he doesn't really like to play for as many weapons as he has. He really gets stuck on guys. If somebody has a hot hand, you won't see anybody else on the field. And the biggest realization of that is, where was Jeff Wilson throughout the playoffs?
Where the hell was he? Yeah. Why was that the thing to do, to just phase him out? Why?
And while Elijah was clearly struggling with the workload.
Yes.
He was clearly struggling. I mean, I felt bad for the kid. Like, even on fourth downs, you question some of the play calling, but it was kind of like, well, I understand why Kyle doesn't want to run Elijah. He's on fumes. He don't have no legs.
True.
True.
Yes.
Which means put in Jeff Wilson.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm worried about Elijah coming in next year because I feel like we've seen so much production out of him in his rookie year that is he going to be able to be the guy, for lack of a better term, coming off the bench, being hot. In basketball, when you're a bench player, you don't have the luxury of getting a couple of warm-up shots. You got to come in and get yours right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my take on Elijah, but
they gotta tamper down his workload. They use him too much, and he's kind of one-dimensional. He's not as effective from the shot. I'd like to see JaMychal Hasty get more carries. I mean, he is explosive.
I'm sorry, dog. As a coach, he puts the ball on the ground. That's a trust issue.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you know what? I love him, but if you give up the ball, man, that's come on.
Yeah.
Fumbles are such momentum killers, man.
Yeah, you're right.
So
that's another reason why Elijah Mitchell gets way too many carries. He's never fumbled ever. Not even in college. Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to keep the theme, but I'm going to switch gears a little bit. The person with the most to prove is Kyle, but it's not Kyle Shanahan, the coach. It's Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Kyle, I feel like Kyle gets away with having so many weapons. I think you and I talked last time where John Lynch highlighted the fact that Jimmy is the perfect guy for Kyle because he stays out of the way of all of Kyle's schemes and his perfect plans. And
Yeah.
I feel like Trey is going to be that player that's really going to challenge Kyle to not be so perfect.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like, you know, I feel like Trey with Kyle is going to be like, hey, man, this play is drawn up perfect, but I have the athleticism to really blow your chalkboard out of the water.
Yeah, like let go. Trust me.
Let go.
Let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that.
Good luck.
I feel like if you try to box Trey in with play calling, I'm sorry, I'm out here with my boy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
You should.
but if you try to box Trey in with play calling, he's not gonna grow because he's gonna need a feel. Kyle doesn't have the excuse anymore of saying Jimmy didn't make the perfect play, because guess what, Kyle, you're obsessed with the perfect play.
Yeah.
So you can't use that excuse with Trey. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I feel like Trey is really going to challenge Kyle to open up his playbook and make it more simple. And to be and a good kind of parallel to that is what Brian Dable did with Josh Allen. He kept it really simple for Josh Allen. And Brian Dable learned that when he was at Alabama. When he was at Alabama, he came down with a very intricate system, and Alabama would struggle. And there's no way in the world that you should struggle at Alabama with as many players as you have on the field.
Right.
And I would watch games where Nick Saban would curse Brian Dable out on the sidelines. It's all over YouTube for getting too cute.
Yeah.
Trying to make 5-star athletes be surgeons.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, let him run. Let these boys run.
Get out of their way.
And I think, get out of the way. He
Yeah.
kept trying to interview for a job during the season. And it was like, I feel like Kyle.
That's how I felt
if
about
he
the last 13 minutes in the NFC Championship game. It was like, Kyle, get out of the way. This is Debo's.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
I mean,
yeah.
And it happened to his father.
Yeah.
It happened to Mike Shanahan. When
Yeah.
Mike finally got out of the way, he got his 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like before, it was all about Ed McCaffrey, Rob Smith.
Right.
I could do it with this guy or that guy. But when Mike Shanahan finally got out of the way, he got over the hump.
Yep.
So I think that this season coming up, Kyle is going to have to get out of the way. I don't want to see Trey trying to make intricate plays when that supersede his athleticism.
Right.
I don't want to see Trey on the field where we get so caught up in the micro that we miss the macro.
What does
And
Kyle
that
want me to
is,
do? What does Kyle want me to do? Where do I have to go with the ball? Oh my God, I have to do this. I have to. It's like, no.
yeah, like, and it's going to be stuff where we're going to see Trey rolling out where he could just take off, but he's still sitting there trying to read through some bullshit progression. And it's like, dude, take off.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be bred into him.
Trust your instincts. Yes.
You know what I'm
Kyle's
saying?
here says, Jesus Christ, coach, you took the words out of my mouth. Kyle's Achilles heel is playing offense with 2 players. He wears out players. He has a garage full of 20 cars, but only drives 3 of them.
Yeah. And it's the truth. It's kind of like, what's the point of garnering so many weapons and so many different assets to your offense if you're only going to drive certain guys into the ground? You're not going to give us a different look, And I feel like with Jimmy, Kyle was able to do that. He was able to use Jimmy almost as kind of like his excuse as to, well, I wish I had more. But here goes this quadruple read play that I put out where Jimmy just clearly missed it. And it's going to be like, Kyle, that's not going to fly with Trey.
Yeah.
It needs to be short and simple. And if you don't make it short and simple, you're not helping the kid.
Nope.
You're not helping him.
Absolutely. And
So-
what gives me confidence is that, to me, in the second half of that Houston game, Kyle had a real good feel for how to call plays for Trey. And in that Raiders game in the preseason, I liked all of that. So I feel like Kyle just needs a little time with him. But I think he should. I mean, we'll see if how much of a control freak he really is, because he might be just a crazy control freak. Most of these coaches are, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
Offense.
So
Not you.
I mean, yeah, my stuff is just messed up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna wrap it up real quick, but again, condolences to your mom. I know you're a family man. I respect what you do with your pops, man. You're a real legacy. You're a really good son, man. You
Thanks, man.
respect legacy.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate it.
So,
I've been hanging with him
hey,
all week. I'm gonna go pick him up pretty soon, actually.
you'll be good, bro.
Thanks, man.
You'll be good.
I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
brother.
All right, man.
All right.
Take care. Have a good one. All right.
All right.
Great guy. I love that guy, man. Franklin, what's up, dude?
What's up with you, Grant?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Man, condolences to your family, bro. I'm sorry about your loss.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Nah, man. How you been? How you been going through it, bro?
Man, okay. These little stream sessions help take my mind off of it. It's nice. Otherwise, I just think about
Man,
it all
I
the time.
understand that.
Yeah.
Again, condolences to you and your family. Again, my
Thank
praise. Man. Oh yeah, but what I wanted to say is somebody who has something to prove, and I don't know if somebody said this or not. So if you said it, I apologize. But somebody who really has something to prove is John Lynch and his scouting report team.
Okay.
Because like, how long have you been? How long have you been the general manager? And how many misses have you had? Like a first round pick?
Hey, that's why I don't think the Niners are going to get a first round pick this year. I think they're going to do what the Rams do. And they're like, you know what? If we don't get a good player with this first round pick, everyone's going to crush us. We're going to get fired. Why don't we just trade it and just draft in the second round? I think that's what they're going to do. No more first round picks.
Thing I wanted to, another reason why I'm saying is John Lynch and his entire scouting report team. Bro, how many free agents that could have impacted the 49ers in a positive way who would have signed for a cheaper contract that you let walk away?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Man, I feel like you go after Devontae Adams, but you know you're not going to get him.
Yeah.
We understand that because Devontae Adams, he wants to be the highest paid receiver.
Yeah.
We do that, we don't have Nick Bosa or Debo Samuel. There's a lot of guys you're going to have to miss, but at least attempt. Now, when it comes to the cornerback position and stuff like that, I don't see Stephon Gilmore happening because you can't, to a cornerback like that, you can't sit back and go, hey, this is a Super Bowl team. Because he's gonna look you in your eyes and go, your quarterback, isn't he a rookie? Nah, bro. Like he's been sitting behind Jimmy. Isn't he a rookie in reality?
Yeah. I mean, he's a redshirt rookie, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then something else I have wanted to say. I'm excited about Trey Lance, and as everyone else is, let's pump the brakes. Let's slow it down. I understand he has a great coaching staff around him. I understand he has a lot of weapons behind him. We also have to understand rookie mistakes are still going to happen.
True.
We also got to understand that you have to. I mean, it's not like riding a bike. This is not like riding a bike. This is going 100 miles per hour, just like getting in a NASCAR, going 200 miles per hour. You have to take your time and get into it. Even Patrick Mahomes still don't fully understand how to read the defense. He's just that guy.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think that's a good point. We get really excited, but this guy's going to make some rookie mistakes, and people need to not lose their mind. Franklin, are you in? Did you make it to Dallas yet? Or are you still in Louisiana?
I'll be in Dallas on the 25th.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for calling in. Good luck with your move. Peace.
Thank you.
Waruna, what's up?
I'm doing good, Grant. Condolence to your family. I wanted to call you, but I thought it might be invading your personal space. So,
yeah, I haven't really been answering my phone or returning any. I've just been kind of in the fortress of solitude.
Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, but kept you in our thoughts. So,
thank you.
Well, let's get to football. So, wanted to talk about this Joe Montana comments because it really irritated me.
Okay.
Not at Joe Montana, about the people who are interviewing these big shots.
Yeah.
The reason is, if I was there, I would ask, okay, hey, Joe, stop for a moment. Define ready.
Yeah.
What would you expect from a rookie quarterback to be ready?
Right.
Define that. You were a rookie quarterback once. Okay, define it first, right? Whether
Right.
it's whether Trey is ready to win the Super Bowl or just to start. That's the
Yeah.
first. Second thing, tell me what is healthy when you are saying if Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, he can make it to the Super Bowl. Tell me what's the define healthy, because
Yeah.
he missed wide open receivers, interceptions before the injury in the Titans game. You have to throw that examples. Okay, tell me what you think about it, because every time what happens is all these big shot guys, they come to an interview or just a casual chat, throw some statement and just get away.
That's
You
true. Follow
right?
up. Follow up.
Yes,
Yes, please.
yes. Do your
You just
job.
said something really important.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's I got really irritated with that, seeing these people just getting away with these comments. Unfortunately, they don't provide us a platform to question them directly.
Right.
That's how it goes. But
If Joe Montana was like at the Niners and he was doing a press conference like Jimmy Garoppolo does, and there was the whole press crew there, they'd be like, hold on. Can we come back to that one thing you just said? Let's stick with that. But no, on Super Bowl row, it's all these guys who are like,
yeah,
not really
okay.
journalists answering.
Yes, I'll give you a free pass and enjoy whatever it is. So that's how.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and just wanted to talk about other thing about this. Everyone is thinking that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get first round pick, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask this question. 2019, probably his best season. He threw 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. This year, 20 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
Yeah.
Interceptions number remains the same, but the touchdown percentage down by 25%.
That's right. 25%.
Right?
That's not good.
Yeah. Let's say, I don't know, now people think if he goes to Washington, that Washington would be a playoff team instantly. But Jimmy Garoppolo was on a team that could have won the Super Bowl. He had Debo, he had all these players, he had Kyle Shanahan, and still he was ranked among like 17th, 18th best quarterback in the NFL. What happens when Jimmy goes to Washington is he's going to fall off that top 20. The reason is, let's take out the quarterbacks. Washington quarterback versus 49ers quarterback. Who is the best team? 49ers. They had so many weapons, good coaches, defense, everything. Now, if you go to just an average team, there is no one to hide your deficiencies. Nobody is going to carry your load. You have to carry your own bag. So you have to do the hard work. Then you can't just go and say, oh, we did this, we that. And you can't just go after the game when the when the guys carried you to a win and say in front of the camera, it feels great, baby. You can't do it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
You are going to get exposed. So that's why I'm saying hold on for this first round picks. If it happens, it would be great, but he's not going to worth the first round pick, because probably what happened is he had his best opportunity in San Francisco. He did not use it, and he's probably going to fall off the cliff.
I still think that what the Niners are going to end up doing is taking a pick in the future, not this year, but 2023, and it'll be conditional based on how much he plays. I think that's the smartest way to do it, because if they say we need a pick this year for Jimmy, well, I don't know that you get a top 100 pick. You might get the 115th pick in the draft this year. I could be wrong.
Yes.
But to me, next year, you try to do the conditional route. Hey, if he plays and you go to the playoffs, then he's worth the second or a first or something like that.
Right after the playoffs, everyone was saying first round pick. Yesterday or day before, I saw kind of a rumor saying that 49ers expecting a second round pick. Wait for a few more days until the other quarterbacks hit the market. Then they will say, okay, now it's a third round pick, blah, blah, blah.
Chris Mortensen said it's a third round pick. Chris Mortensen said the NFL looks at him as a third round value. Well,
yes, that's fair enough. That's the maximum.
That's right. Rune, a great call. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, thanks, Grant.
See ya. CT Law says Lance has the most approved. Yeah. My fear is Lance goes down for any reason. Season is done. Jimmy with Lance is a lot different than Lance and no one. Well, that's why they need to bring in a backup quarterback who's proven he can win the NFL. And there's guys like that. Tyrod Taylor's won a lot of games. Colt McCoy won 2 games in the NFC. I mean, he beat the Niners this year. He beat the Seahawks. Colt McCoy could run the offense the way Jimmy does. I think there's a lot of guys who could do the stuff that Jimmy does. And just because CJ Beathard wasn't that guy, there are other guys who have won games that you could bring in as a backup. CT Law says, Grant, wanted to offer my condolences to you and your family, sending prayers. Thank you very much, CT Law. I appreciate it. Hey, Kenyon.
What's up, Grant? It's been a
Good
minute.
to see you, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Jason Ponte approach, and I'm not talking about Jimmy anymore. Leave it alone. So to answer your question for who has the most approved in 2022, it's obvious it's Trey Lance. And I want to partner that with Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle has to prove that he can actually get past himself and let Trey Lance prove that he is that guy. Simple as that. The big thing that I've seen lately with like analysts and stuff is how they view Trey Lance and how they project him. I believe it was Jay Feely. He's a former kicker.
Saw that.
I had to go in on him on Twitter because he said he's seen him in warm-ups at the Dallas game and said he's not ready. And then he goes on and partner that with, well, I'm an analyst. I get paid to do this. And from what I see, he's not there. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely unacceptable for these analysts to come in and completely just bash this kid with very little, video.
Real quick, hold on. I want to say something. I just realized I videotaped Trey Lance's entire warm-up. And I was in Dallas. So don't take Jay Feely's word for it. If you go on my YouTube channel, search Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo warm. Hold on, I'll put the freaking link in the chat. I have it. Copy link address. Boom. I was there. Watch it for yourself. I thought he did good. Let's see. Boom. There it is. That's the video of Trey Lance warming up. So Jay Feely will see.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. There's a lot of these analysts that are just really putting the kid down with no kind of substance. And then we have people like you who seen them in rookie mini camp, seen them in training camp, and you're like, hey, the kid has something. Yes. We're not going to see it right now, but the kid has something. And I can't back these guys, but I'm definitely going to take your word for Trey Lance. And just from what we've seen in the Texan game. But he definitely has the most writing because he has all these
fix was in. The fix was in on him when it was like practice 5 or 6 in training camp. He started tearing it up, and the reports coming from all the national guys that weren't there were saying Jimmy Garoppolo is having his best camp ever. I was like, oh, that's a lie. So what the Niners doing is basically trying to build up this whole myth about Jimmy Garoppolo, and they really don't want Trey to play until next year. They think that's what's best for him. Fine. But all that stuff was just lying. And it killed me to see journalists with spreadsheets try to actually rationalize. Is like, you can just use your eyes. But a lot of people believe whatever is fed to them. I'm just saying, it's crazy to me.
But like I said, that's where he has the most to prove because he already has, all the people who have their eyes on these analysts on TV. So if you just come into a situation not knowing, not seeing, not really studying Trey, then you're going to take their word for it because of the guys you listen to. But he has that to beat. He has, get all the media off his back on top of elevating our offense. Because if he doesn't live up to some type of, potential that we all see coming from this year, all of next season, all the following off season, that's all we're going to hear is he's a bust. You can't call a guy a bust until he hits year 3. But I got a feeling that Trey Lance is going to do pretty good next year. And after that, he's going to elevate. He's going to progress. He's going to develop. Just let the kid get there.
He's going to have a lot of people hanging on every mistake he makes. And people really like criticizing him in like the first quarter of games. Remember the Houston game? They were losing at halftime, I believe. He didn't play so well in the first half. He threw a pick in the first half. I don't know if you follow Twitter during games, but a lot of people were really down on him at halftime. And then after the game, everyone loved him. It's funny how these things change. I mean, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt of the rookie, like his own fan base, the whole national media. Everyone is a lot of skeptical. Be like, all right, let's see it. Let's see it, Trey. Is okay. So Zach Wilson can just stumble and bumble his way through whatever he's doing in New Jersey, but Trey Lance has to be Patrick Mahomes next year. Okay, that's a little weird. Yeah.
But that's what I'm looking forward to with 2022. He has to prove it, and Kyle has to let him prove it and get out of his own way.
Get out of his way. I love it, man. Good to see you, Kenyon.
All right, man.
Peace. Eddie says 1795 yards, 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Is that quarterback ready to start? Those are Montana stats in 1980. Trey must start. Grant, appreciate you and all you provided. That's a good point. Now, rules have changed. numbers, efficiency at the quarterback position has changed since 1980, but that's an interesting way to look at it. I like it. Trey Lance, fanboy, are you ready? Are you ready to do this? What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, Grant? First time caller. Happy to be here.
Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling from?
East Bay.
East Bay. Me too. Nice. All right.
20-minute drive from Oakland, so.
Oh, cool. All right.
I love the topic, who has most improved on the 49ers. I think Kyle's the obvious answer, Trey's the obvious answer, and I think another obvious answer would be Brandon Ayuk. I think this year decides if he gets an extension or not with the Niners.
Agree. Because I feel like last year we were thinking the same thing with Debo. Like, man, Debo's got a lot to prove. He had a really bad year. He's injury prone. Niners might trade him. Who knows if they extend him? And now it's like, he's the foundation of their team. He's the best player in the league. So Debo really handled that well. It'll be interesting to see how Ayuk does.
I totally agree. I see him in like a Minnesota Stephon Diggs role where he runs all the long routes and runs a bunch of double moves, and 2 times a game he'll be open and Trey Lance will hit him deep because we know Trey has the arm.
Yeah, and Stephon Diggs really, once he went to Buffalo and linked up with Josh Allen, that's when Josh Allen's career took off. So maybe they'll have that kind of an effect on each other.
Yeah. And I would also like to talk about Jimmy G's trade stuff, which already has been beaten to the ground. But if you're a GM and you trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, if I'm the owner, I would make you pack up your bags already because it's clearly not going to work.
I mean, exactly. I'm sure Washington thought it was really smart to trade for Ryan Fitzpatrick last year.
He was a free agency pickup.
Oh, okay. They signed him. It's a smart move. He's a vet. It's a safe. Injured week 1,
he's injured in the first half of the year.
Okay, well that didn't work out. Why does a team think that's not going to happen to Jimmy? He got hurt week 4 this year. Last year he got hurt week 2. 2 years before that he got hurt week 3. I mean, it doesn't take long with Jimmy usually.
I totally agree, and I also want to make this point: who has a better roster in the league than the 49ers, and he still doesn't win with them? Sure, he took us to the Super Bowl and NFC Championship game, but that's not the standard here. The standard here is winning Super Bowls. I'm sorry, Joe Montana, I hate you, but you won Super Bowls.
Thank you. Why are you all of a sudden Jimmy's biggest fan, man? What?
Yeah.
You kidding? Yeah. I just think Joe likes telling the Niners are doing things wrong. I think Joe likes sticking it to the Yorks. I would guess that the Joe and the Yorks aren't particularly close at all. And I feel like Joe feels alienated from the organization, that the Yorks don't really honor him the way that the Bartolos did. That's my guess. So,
I totally agree. We could also say that Joe Montana has most improved this upcoming year.
He put himself out there. He put himself out there for sure.
And then I also want to bring up one more thing, and then I'll head out. But I love the word ready. Ready is such a overused buzzword for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
No quarterbacks are ready when they step in.
Yeah.
None of them.
And Trey Lance it means nothing.
Trey Lance is literally, we like to use the buzzword prototype, but he literally is the quarterback. Prototype quarterback.
Yes.
Big, strong arm, can move, and is extremely bright.
Yeah. What does he lack? Experience. Okay, he'll get that.
Yeah.
He'll get that. I mean, that's the one thing he can definitely acquire. Agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hey, smart call. What grade are you in?
I'm 8th.
8th, man. You killed it. Thanks for calling. Call back anytime.
Thanks, man.
All
See ya.
That was a really good call. Oh, hold on. Not your turn yet. Jaden, what's up?
Oh, what's up, my guy?
What's up, my guy? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I know that you got some mishaps going on, but you'll make it through, man.
Thanks.
So, this morning I woke up right to a phone call from my one of my family members, and he is very, very hyped about Tom Brady rumors. He thinks that Tom Brady will come to the Niners because if he doesn't, basically saying the Niners aren't stupid enough to pass on Tom Brady 3 times. I think the Niners are more stupid than that.
Hold on, real quick. Let's go with the theory. So the theory would be that Tom Brady really had a falling out in Tampa Bay with Bruce Arians. I think that's been reported that there was tension between them, and maybe Tom Brady doesn't want to retire. Maybe he just wants out of Tampa Bay. Also, this is where the conspiracy gets interesting. The fact that the 49ers stopped using Trey Lance midseason. I mean, he had a broken finger week 1, and he still was on the field at the end of the first drive to throw the touchdown pass. Then he starts a game, gets injured, injures his knee, and never really plays again, except for that start that he had where he had to play. It seemed almost like the Niners were thinking, you know what? We might trade this guy.
Hey,
We
and
can't
let's
have
not
him
forget
injured.
that one start the one start that he was forced to do, he won.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's if the Niners feel like, look, we're gonna have another chance this offseason at Brady or Rodgers, and our trade chip is Lance. We got to keep him healthy. We can't let Lance go out there, run him 10 times, injure his knee, and then ruin our trade chip. I would hate to think that that's what they're doing, but it's possible that's what they're doing. Because remember, like hours before they drafted Lance, they called the Packers reportedly and said, "Hey, you want this pick? You want Lance? You want the number 3 pick? We would love Rodgers." So I think it's pretty clear that the Niners, while they like Lance, would probably make the tough decision and go with the Hall of Fame dude in his 40s over him. So some people have said you wouldn't have to trade Lance for either guy, but I don't know. I don't know.
Personally, I know this is like very hot take, but I'd rather the future of the team, which even if he's not the future of the team, he could be, than have Tom Brady for 1 year and get 1 Super Bowl when I'm 20 years old right now. I turned 20 in September. So if I live till 80, I have 60 more years of football.
True.
If the Niners don't win 2 Super Bowls in 60 years, why am I even alive?
Don't say that. But I feel you. Look, here's the thing, though. This is the same logic the Niners used to not get Brady the first time. They're like, yeah, I mean, we could get Brady and win 1 Super Bowl, but we could win lots of Super Bowls with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's so young, and I think you don't want to pass up like a Super Bowl that's attainable for the possibility that you might win multiple in the future, because chances are you won't win multiple in the future. Just saying.
So my thing is, I think Trey Lance is. I really like that last caller, by the way. I don't know what his name was. The Trey Lance fanboy. He was a really good call.
He's great.
But my thing about Trey Lance is, like his release needs to be quicker. He can work on that. Do you watch Baldy's breakdowns by any chance on YouTube?
Sometimes.
So I watched the one where he did of all of Trey Lance's film throughout the year. And the one thing he was saying was Trey Lance needs to he needs to like tuck his elbow in more. He doesn't need to like loop that throw,
Okay.
Which
I still think he has a quicker release than Colin Kaepernick ever had, but he can work on that.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't really like time releases that well because I'm blind, but I can time whenever the announcer says that the ball's in the air.
Sure.
And based off the highlights that Colin Kaepernick had, Trey Lance gets the ball out.
That's what I see. I mean, like if you go back and review the Houston game, there's some quick throws he makes to Debo and Ayuk in particular on slants where the ball comes out very fast. It seems like even though it might be a little bit like there's more of a loop in his throwing motion than with Jimmy Garoppolo, who just gets the ball out, cocks it to his ear and gets the ball out. He can speed it up. He has quick twitch muscles, and I don't think it's an issue at all. I really don't. I mean, he could. Yeah, everyone could speed up their release, but I don't think it's a huge issue for him.
No, it's not a huge issue. It's just something he could work on, just
sure,
like you said, like anyone can do.
Definitely. Absolutely. Accuracy, spirals, all of it. Touch.
And you brought up the next person that I wanted to talk about, Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
You posted a video. Did Brandon Ayuk take shots at Jimmy G? I wouldn't say necessarily they were shots, okay? I would say for sure he's like, yo, I want the ball more deep down the field. Not necessarily taking a shot at Jimmy G, just saying like,
right, give me the ball. And Kyle's like, who the hell do you think you are? You're a second-year guy.
Yeah. Which is bullshit. Sorry for the language.
Yeah.
Did he do that with Deebo Samuel?
I don't know. Yeah. Why did you take this stand with one guy and not with another? Deebo's allowed to come to you every day and ask for the ball before practice, after practice, in your you have this whole friendship with Deebo, but you can't have You have no form of communication. That's to me what happened with Ayuk. Whatever Kyle's issue was with Ayuk, it was not clearly communicated. And when Ayuk was up there at the press conferences being like, reporters like, so have you grown? Or do you understand what you were doing better? What you needed to do better? He's like, no, but I'm just going to keep trying to do right. And eventually this will work out. And eventually they had some kind of conversation over the bye week. It took them that long. And I think what the difference is, again, Debo is assertive. Debo goes to Kyle. Kyle, I think, kind of just, I don't think he's as socially assertive as Debo. I think Ayuk's similar, and I think there was no communication between whatever message Kyle was trying to send Ayuk. It was like cryptic. He didn't say it. Okay, now you're not playing, and Ayuk's like, why? What did I not get open? No, I was open. Okay, so it wasn't that.
You can still hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So, I think Brandon Ayuk will strive with Trey Lance, right? So with Deebo Samuel. You know who else I think will do really good? The big body receiver who we have.
Who?
Juwan Jennings.
I think so too.
Because Trey Lance is big body, right? 6'4", to like 20 something, you know, or 240 something, I think.
Ayuk? No, Lance. Yeah, he's like 230, 225, 225.
Yeah. So big body to big body, probably some back shoulder throws, you know.
I agree.
But Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel will for sure be the top two. Juwan Jennings will be like he did with Jimmy G. He'll be that third down guy, you know. He'll be that third down, like 7 yards, just big body guy. Debo's getting double teamed. Ayuk's taking some people. There's Juwan right up the middle of the field, or right down the sideline.
Agree. He's got a lot to prove too. Jaden, I got to take more calls, but you always do a great job. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. Can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
Will you ever do a double Cohn phone when you have your dad on a Cohn phone?
I would like to. My dad's not up to coming back on the show yet, but I'm looking forward to getting him back in the rotation soon. I think that's a good idea.
Have a conversation with him, man.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Hold on. I'm going to jump King Giovanni to the front because he's outside. You know what I mean? What's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up, man? I'm still stressed out over that last game, man.
Were you there?
I'm out of it. Nah, I didn't even go, man.
Okay.
I went to the last game of the season. I went to that one, but I didn't go to that one. I was mad I didn't get to run into you, man. Came out to the city, didn't talk to me, man. But it's all good. But I just because I'm still on the Tom Brady A-Rod train right now, honestly, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it has a lot to do with the disservice of John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, honestly. I feel like we should have been champions at least twice by now in the last 3 years had they drafted right. You know, like it's like we needed a quarterback, you pass on Deshaun Watson and you go for Solomon Thomas. We need a receiver and you go for Javon Kinlaw. We need a corner and you trade back.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
You can see me? I had a call
I got
come
you.
through, my bad.
Okay.
But it's like you got all this stuff going on and this service. So I just feel like I just think we do need to go for a Tom Brady or something like that because we have a GM and a coach who both of their downfalls are their cockiness. Like we got John Lynch who feels like, okay, well, I draft so great late that he can do whatever he wants in the beginning. Like, I know what I'm doing right now when you don't. Kyle Shanahan, where I'm just the greatest play caller ever, where he does dumb stuff. And, so I think we need to get them a Super Bowl for them to relax. Like, just relax a little.
Yeah.
Like, we need these guys to get a Super Bowl just for them to relax. And we got 28, something like that, free agents right now. And I feel like we have to win now because we can't keep everybody, and we have a team that's built to win now. And do I believe Trey Lance will be good? I do. I wouldn't trade him. I will say this: I think his trade value is probably higher than Jimmy's, but I do think that
would agree
I
on that.
think
It's a
Jimmy
no-brainer,
taught
right?
Trey Lance. I think Jimmy taught Trey Lance mental toughness, and I think that a Tom Brady could teach him better mechanics and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I would say keep Trey, but just just 1 year. Let's get Tom Brady for a year, get the Super Bowl out the way, let everybody calm down, make it a destination again for everybody to come to, and that would be perfect. And on top of that, I feel like I think the players, we need our players to stand behind Trey a little more, honestly. And my favorite player in the league, let alone on our team, is George Kittle. I know everybody is Debo crazy, but for me, it's hands down, it's George Kittle. And I'm here to say this now. If he can't support Trey the way he supported Jimmy, I think we got to let him go too.
Yeah.
And that's just me being honest right there. Like, because George Kittle, every time they ask him about Trey, he's never all in on Trey, where it's like, we need you to be, you're the best tight end in the game. Like, you supporting this guy could do wonders for his confidence, So I feel like if you're not going to get behind him, because I didn't see this dude argue with people, get mad at people who diss Jimmy.
Right.
It's like, why can't you do the same thing for Trey? You get me? So it's like, so Jimmy fans and stands and everybody, including Georgia, they all can leave with him.
Yep.
The problem is I don't think we're going to get anything for Jimmy. And then let's say we do get if I'm going to trade Jimmy, I would trade him for a player, because there's nobody in college for me. Like, I would trade him for the pick and then trade the pick for a player. I would try to go get an Xavier Howard or something like that, because there's nobody in college right now for me, even in the first round. If we had a first rounder, there's nobody in college that I feel is like going to just turn our season around. Like, I think our team is pretty complete. We can maybe get an offensive lineman, and then we get the corner situated, and we're flawless. So there's nobody in college that, like, even Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner, like, there's nobody in college right now that's just going to come right away and turn our season around. We went to the NFC Championship. So I just look at it like, I think if we do get anything for Jimmy, I say trade that and something else for a player, maybe our other second round pick or whatever, and a third. I say I think we should go for a high up player, because I don't think we're going to get much for Jimmy. But if we do, I don't think there's anybody in college that would even really be worth it. So I just go all in, because you got, like, I think you got like the Rams and stuff. They went all in on their players. The Seahawks, they went pretty much all in. They should have done a lot better than what they did the last few years, but I don't know. That's just
A
my
good way to stay
personal
faced on
opinion
Jimmy. Like,
it.
instead of trading him for a late third or early
Right.
fourth, trade him for a player, and it doesn't look like you
got lost
killed on
for
the
a
deal.
second. I can't even hear you on the mic, man. I'll probably call back in a little bit, but it's always good talking to you, Grant.
Good stuff, man. Great to see you. Take care. All right. Who cares about a quick release? Jimmy turnover, can't throw the ball deeper than 3 yards, but he sure can hand off the ball fast. Agree, man. That quick release is so overrated. His ball placement is spotty. I mean, who cares how quick? Niners don't need 45-year-old Tom Brady. Trey is good enough to win a Super Bowl if team is healthy. Okay. What's up, man? He ain't ready. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, Grant?
You're killing me, man. What's up?
I just wanted to come in and say it was a hell of a season, Niner fans.
That's hilarious.
And here's something, a topic for your roundtable, Grant.
All
right. Shanahan and Kyle. Shanahan still has a losing record as a coach, head coach.
Yeah.
In the 49ers 75th season, with the patch on the shoulder and everything, the Rams beat him in the championship game and won the Super Bowl. So they'll always remember that. So that gets better. That pretty much like the end game. The I wish I had it. The hand that Iron Man pressed and with one snap switched everything. That's what Shanahan. I mean, that's what McVay did. But what if the Rams run it back like they're talking about, and Kyle and McVay has 2 championships before Kyle sniffs one? Can you imagine the fallout in 49erville if McVay wins 2 championships with Stafford, who he was asleep at the wheel and could have signed? Imagine Stafford with the Niners last year.
It'd be
and
so
you guys could have.
I don't know if I've told you, but like Kyle keeps having a decision, like, which quarterback do I want? And every time he chooses like against a quarterback, that quarterback wins a Super Bowl. He didn't want Mahomes, won a Super Bowl, beat him. Didn't want Tom Brady, won a Super Bowl. Didn't want Matthew Stafford, won a Super Bowl. So who is he going to not want this year? That's who's winning the Super Bowl.
That's the thing.
Stafford
He's a heck of a coach, but he's made some mistakes down the way. Who's to know what would have happened? But they both wanted. The Niners did want Stafford. The Rams were going to hire Kyle Shanahan, but they didn't want to wait. At that time, they were in the playoffs, so we hired
the Niners didn't pull the trigger. The Rams are just more aggressive.
So who knows?
I think the Niners thought they were going to get Watson or Rodgers. I think they really thought they were going to one up the Rams, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah, and to my boy Tommy Huxley out there, what's up, brother? And Don Burr, the Detroit man, actually wins through us. You know, I was seeing a bunch of Lions fans with Lion Ram fans. They were, so he still wins through us. Tip of the cap to Don Bird. Thank you, brother, for your quarterback. I really appreciate it, man. He's a great guy.
That's so funny, man.
Except for the photographer deal, but we're not going to get into that. Unfortunately, there was a photographer that backed off. You probably saw terrible, it. Man. Yeah, they were toasted. They were celebrating, and I wish he would have turned back around for him. But that it is what it is. Yeah. But props to you, Grant. I wanted to. I'm going to contact Vish about that jersey. Remember, I told him about the Stafford Super Bowl jersey.
Yep.
So he's got one coming. So I just want to let you know, man. Props to everything you do, brother. I appreciate it. Get on Kyle. Let him know. Kyle, here's a question for you. So I know you and McVay are buddies. So what if McVay wins 2 Super Bowls before you guys win one? Would that really bother you? And what do you think the look he would give you?
It would be the death stare. The death stare. Man, I gotta take some more calls, man. Good to see you.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate it. Take care, man.
Very much. All right. Chardal was in here and he left. Chardal, come back. Chardal, I haven't seen you in months, dude. Where are you? Come back right now, dude. The spreadsheet took a page from the 1984 playbook, asking us to reject evidence of our eyes. That's why I kept getting upset about it and tweeting about it. It's like, man, you were gaslighting the public, and you're using a spreadsheet to make it look like it's not. Chardal, where did you go? He was in here for 2 minutes. He set up, he has glasses on, and then he bounced. Damn, man, that guy plays hard to get. I can't ever kick it with Chardal like I want to. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I hope all is good with you, man. Just want you to know that we all really appreciate what you do here.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Are always willing to support you, man. I wanted to talk about our biggest needs next year. Like I was saying a lot of corners, a lot of maybe another DN, obviously corners, but what do you think about the offensive line? I think that could be our biggest need because we got Trey stepping in, right? He's got a lot of pressure on him. Don't you think having, a clean line would really benefit him and benefit the 49ers in the future? Because that could really help the defense too, because they were gassed when I think they were playing great.
I think they have one good offensive lineman, Trent Williams. I think everyone else on their team every other offensive lineman is replaceable. I mean, not necessarily.
Tomlinson's okay. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's just not, man.
Yeah. So they could always upgrade at the offensive line. The only problem is they have a very bad track record of developing draft picks on that on the offensive line. They may have to do the free agency thing, trade, that kind of stuff.
I'd rather trade because you have like Giovanni was saying, like trade Jimmy for a player because, trade for a pick first, then trade for a player. Because if you trade straight for a player, you got to deal with contract problems and stuff like that because they got to match up. But I'd rather trade for a player. Just I know that there's proven commodity, and we haven't done anything in the last. Man, we haven't built a good offensive line since the Harbaugh era. So
it's true.
And look where that got us.
It's true. Well, I'm in favor of it. I think you can't have enough good offensive linemen. The Niners have one good offensive lineman. So, yeah, go for it. A center. You don't know how much longer Alex Mack's going to be able to be here and give you that.
I wouldn't be against trading Trent Williams for 2 guys that are solid.
Bring back Solari. Solari developed your potty. Anthony Davis. Joe Staley. Joe Staley was not him. But Solari actually develops young offensive linemen. I would say him. Trent Brown. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Oh, dude, why did we get rid of Trent Brown? Oh, my God.
I don't know. Good call, though, man.
Wasn't he asked for too much or something?
I think, and he was like 350 pounds. Maybe that was part of the problem, but he's still a good player, no matter what he weighs.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Good to see you, man. Guns, are you there? Are you there? Going once? Going twice? Adios. Ime Beats, you there?
Yo, Grant.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, champ?
How you doing? Hold on. I gotta put you're next. Hold on, you're next. Hold on, real quick. Boom. Sorry, Shardal, you left, but now you're ready. Good to see you. Can you hear me? Hey, Shardal.
Hey, what's up, Grant?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I feel bad. I haven't been calling on your show lately.
Yeah, where you been?
I've been doing other. Which 49ers would you like to see signed in the offseason?
Which 49ers? Re-signed?
Yeah.
DJ Jones and Arden Key.
And why would you like to see Arden Key signed back next season?
I think Arden Key is the second best pass rusher on the team after Bosa. I think he's a better pass rusher than Armstead. I think he's a better pass rusher than Ebukam. Maybe they could get the next Arden Key, but that guy seems like he could give you 10 to 12 sacks a season, not even as a starter. I like Arden Key. I think, why not? He's cheaper than Armstead.
So the thing that I don't agree is that all these people are saying that Tom Brady should come out of retirement and play for the 49ers. I've been re-saying that over and over again. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, why do people keep mentioning it? If it doesn't make any sense, why do you keep mentioning it that Tom Brady's going to come to the 49ers? Oh. I know. I mean, in a way, if he gets traded, then it's good. If he comes here, then it'll be a good move for Tom Brady. But I just don't understand why people keep rehashing that and mentioning over and over and over again that he's going to come to the Bay. Like, it's not going to happen. He's already retired. He's already moved on with his life. He's not going to come to the Bay.
Why do you think this is happening right now? Why do you think people keep talking about this, Shardal?
Because I don't know why. Because people keep bringing this topic. They keep bringing this up as a topic of conversation.
And maybe it's just because it's February and there's not much going on.
And like
possible,
but like, I mean, do you think that if he does get traded and come to the Bay, do you think it'll be a good decision for the team to make?
I think so. It's Tom Brady. I was in favor of starting Trey Lance over Jimmy Garoppolo, but Tom Brady's great, and I think the Niners would win the Super Bowl with him next year. I'm not sure that they'll win it with Trey Lance next year. So I would do it. And again, I think the reason people are talking about this is Brady was asked recently if he would consider coming out of retirement, and he said he hasn't made up his mind yet. So I don't know. I guess there's some people with sources think that he might change his mind. He just wants to leave Tampa.
And the second question is that I don't know why people are saying that you should trade Trey Lance and trade Jimmy Garoppolo and get Aaron Rodgers. I think you did talk about that with Jesse Naylor.
Yeah. And people said you don't got to trade Lance. Well, we'll see.
But do you think that that's kind of a little that decision's like kind of like out there that they're gonna trade Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo because we just got Trey Lance in the draft. So why would you trade Trey Lance?
I know, right? But I just feel like the Niners are sort of waiting to see if Aaron Rodgers or Brady are available. No one knows. But if they are, I think they'll probably want to be in the conversation and see at least what the guy's going for. And I don't know what they can offer other than Lance.
And for Jimmy Garoppolo, it does make sense for him to get traded to the Washington Commanders, but not for 11th pick. That's kind of a little out there. I don't think that makes a lot of sense for it to be 11th pick. If it's a first or second round pick, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
But if it's 11, I'm not going for that. That's a little way out.
Yeah.
Shardal
can't go for that. No,
not
can
11.
do. No.
If it's a first or second round pick, I can go for that.
Yeah. Just like Hall & Oates. I love that. Okay, you can go for that. But all right. Well, what else is on your mind, man? It's been so long.
But I really like coming onto your show, and I really like your content. You make some great content. So I just wanted to keep doing a great job and keep getting guests on your show. And
I thought you were mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
You weren't mad at me? Okay. Because you weren't here. I was like, man, I think Shardal doesn't like me anymore.
I'm not mad at you. I like
Okay.
you.
Thank you. I like you too. It's
Yeah,
really
I'm not mad.
it's really nice to see you, man. It's been a long time.
I'm not mad at you at all.
Okay.
I'm never
Good.
mad at you. I
Thank
like
you.
you.
I like you too. You're my friend.
Yeah, why would I
Yeah.
be mad at you?
I don't know. You didn't call in for months. It's been so long. I thought you were never going to call in again. I'm so glad you did.
There was nothing about me being mad at you. Just like
All
I
right.
was busy and I was doing stuff.
That's true. You got a busy life. Well, it's really it's been nice to see you, man. Will you call back in next week?
Yeah, I'll try calling back next week. I really love calling into your show, man. It's an honor.
Hey, it's an honor to have you, man. You are the GOAT. Everyone's so happy. I hope you're looking at the comments because everyone's really happy to see you.
And I'm a legend. Everybody calls me a legend.
Damn right.
Amin calls me a legend.
You are a legend. I hope your parents know and understand.
Yeah,
Tell
they
them.
know I'm a. And
I want you to go down and tell your parents, say, "Hey guys, I want you to know I'm a legend."
And when my parents said I started live stream, they said like, I never knew. I told my friends they never knew I live streamed. I told them that I do live shows. They said like, we never knew that.
See,
you never told us you do live shows.
That's right.
When did you tell us that you do live shows every day?
They like your live shows?
Yeah, they like my live shows.
Everyone likes your live shows, Chardal. You're a natural.
Okay, I'll see you next. I'll call in next week, Grant.
Great to see you.
Have a nice one, Grant.
You too.
See ya.
Made my day. Made my day. The GOAT Chardal has returned. Condolences to you and your family, Grant. Thank you. So glad it's Trey's area time to start the kid. Yup. All right, hold on. So I'm going to go EMA beats. Then I'm going to get Rich Gravy, who's been waiting very patiently. Thank you for waiting, Rich. I think he's pulled over too, which I appreciate because I can't have you. Well, he dude left. All right, Rich Gravy, you're up. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, Grant?
Good, man. How you doing?
Grant?
Yeah,
I'm doing good, buddy.
I can hear you.
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just
Good to
wanted
see
to comment. I love the show. Love the content. I like that you had Crocker on lately, getting some diversity in there. Going back a little ways, you had the young lady on, and she was concerned about Nick Bosa peeing, and I was like, every guy probably has peed outside at one point in time. I know I have. I don't know, but that's another story. I thought it was a non-story. But far as what we were talking about with the corners, we definitely need a corner. I would like Gilmore if he's not too expensive, or maybe one of these young corners in the draft. But Ambry Thomas, the jury's still out on him. He looked good late in the year, but I don't know if we can trust on that going into camp next year. And then Keywan Williams, he's old. He needs to be replaced, just flat out. I would love a more playmaking safety. Jaquaski Tart, that's the difference between winning and losing the Super Bowl. Probably. You know what I'm saying? Interception. Stafford threw it up there, hit you in the chest. Got it. Catch it. I was already.
Rich, I'm losing you, man. I'm losing you, Rich. Sorry, your connection's no good. Sorry, I got it. I gotta let you go, Rich. Sorry, his connection just wasn't good enough. I'm sorry about that. Randall says, "Thanks, Grant, for great content. Chardal being on has made my weekend." Thank you. I'm sorry. The last guy he was making some good points. I couldn't hear him. All right, EMA Beats, take us out.
Keep it down.
You there?
Grant, can you hear me?
No. Yes, I can. Sorry to make you wait.
Grant.
Go ahead. Can you hear me?
No, it's all good, man. I just want to first off, man. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. Man, I just wanted to, send my condolences, man, and prayers, for you and your loss, man. I know it's you've been hearing it over a million times, but just, out of respect and, and being empathic, it's just mandatory, man. So my condolences to you and your family, man. Sure.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
No problem, man. And, stay strong, man. Thank you for the content. And, you doing this to keep going, man. And just, it's honorary, man. So, we thank you for still keeping it pushing and keeping your spirits lifted as much as you can throughout this time. So I want to say that first as an intro. And, yeah, man. So,
some things I was thinking about was the Nick Bosa and Debo thing. Are we going to be able to pay both of these guys and still re-sign any of our free agents?
The way it usually works with extensions is you give the guy a signing bonus or whatever kind of bonus, and he gets a big payday, but his cap hit the first year or two of the deal usually are pretty low. That's usually how the Niners do it. They usually structure these things where, like, they gave Kittle that huge extension 2 years ago, but he's been cheap. He becomes expensive this year. So I think they should be able to give Debo and Bosa all the money they need and be able to give them the huge bonus up front so they're happy this year. They both get 20, 30, 40 million dollars, whatever, but it doesn't hurt the Niners cap, structure until 2 years from now when the cap goes up tremendously. I think that's how it would work. Oh, hold on. Let me take the thing off. Boom. All right, there you go.
Peace. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It was just something I was thinking. Go ahead.
Does that make sense? I think that's part. Maybe they want see. I think the reason they went with Armstead instead of Buckner is Armstead was cool to take a deal like that, where he's cheap the first 2 years, which is what the Niners like to do. Buckner wasn't. Buckner was expensive right away. He's actually gets cheaper as it goes. Maybe Bosa won't go for a deal like that. Maybe Debo won't go for a deal like that. I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking about because if it did become an issue, then it's like, are we left with paying one and not the other? And then that's just going to implode. Somebody's going to be disgruntled. And I heard you talking about trading Nick Bosa because I love Nick Bosa, but if I had to choose between the two, I would honestly keep Deebo Samuel.
Me too.
And if Nick Bosa gets pissed off and wants to leave or it can get really ugly, I think, and considering his brother and just their family and how his brother went about his contract situation. Not to say he would mimic his brother's choice in sitting out and kind of pressing the Chargers, but it could potentially happen. And it's he's a damn great player, so it kind of would be like a given that he would do that. You know what I mean? So I was concerned about that.
Buckner was too expensive. What's Bosa gonna be? And I'm sure Bosa, they may feel he's better and he more justifies the investment. But what if he misses another season, which he's done several times? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would.
I even seen a story. I saw a story about KJ Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about what we could get for him. You know what I mean? But I don't want to. But if saying that John Lynch, he sent him like a BS kind of offer, and that's.
Uh-oh. He gone. Well, we tried. Viet says for the hardworking man in Ninerland, hardest working man, what defensive free agent should we target this coming year? I would say probably Stephon Gilmore is the first one that pops to my mind for me. A corner who can match up with Cooper Kupp a little bit, possibly. That's who you got to go through. All right, I got to go pick up my dad. Let's let EMA finish up real quick. Finish up, and then I got to go. Nah. It's just not working. It's not working today, guys. I got to go. Sorry, EMA Beats. It didn't work out today. It's always tough when you're on your 5G. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I'll be back. Tomorrow is my mom's service, so I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday with Vish. And Botan is coming back. Botan is back in the fold. I'll be back. You there? Not really. Sorry, man. It's not working, dude. I'll be back.